Come in, friend, this message is for you and you need to hear this message. Stop arguing with people that's not on your level. Everybody is not going to understand your warfare, and what you go through, everybody isn't going to go through, because everybody don't carry what you carry. Your last season, you explained yourself. Make this your unexplainable season. Stop explaining you to everybody. Stop explaining yourself to people who gonna always misunderstand you. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't care about your healing or your feelings. Stop explaining yourself to people who gonna still feel the same way after you explain yourself. If they're not on your level and you trying to explain yourself, you just wasting your time. In this season, stop explaining you, because they still won't get it. They still won't understand. They're still going to misunderstand you even after you have explained yourself to them. Stop explaining yourself to people who are comfortable with misunderstanding you. Let this be your confirmation. Stop arguing and stop explaining yourself to them.
Listen, you got to get comfortable with not telling everybody your side of the story. Some people made their mind up about you before you even open your mouth. And truth be told, explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you is exhausting. God saw what happened. God knows what they did. God heard the conversations you wasn't in. God saw the lies, the betrayal, the manipulation, all of it. So stop stressing yourself trying to prove your innocence to people who enjoy painting you as a villain. Let them pretend that they didn't do nothing wrong. Let them act innocent. You focus on your peace. Because one thing about the truth, it always finds a way to surface. And sometimes healing starts when you stop defending yourself and start letting God handle it. Okay?
So one day I'm on the phone having a conversation with my supposed to be friend, and we in there just yapping away. I knew my grandma was in the room and she was listening to everything that we was talking about. So as I'm on the phone with her yapping away, I'm kind of explaining myself because they was kind of accusing me of some shit that I knew I didn't motherfucking do. After I hung up that phone, my grandma said, "Hey, bring your ass here." I gets up, I go in the room and see what she want. She said, "Don't you ever motherfucking explain yourself to a bitch." She said, "Because let me tell you something. Your friends already know your character. You don't got to explain yourself to your real motherfucking friends." She said, "Those cast of characters that you got in your motherfucking play, they done already said what they said about your motherfucking ass, and they feel the way they feel about your motherfucking ass. Ain't no explaining yourself, because it's not going to help. It's not going to help. Don't explain yourself to no motherfucking body." And from that day on, bitch, if you said I said it, or if you felt like I did it, bitch, I did it.
Honestly, a lot of the over-explaining that we tend to do comes from fear. Fear of being misunderstood, of being rejected, disappointing people, seeming rude, losing relationships, and not being liked. So, instead of simply honoring ourselves, we start writing emotional essays trying to justify our existence and the reasoning behind our choices.
Don't say nothing else. They heard you the first time. See, what you got to understand is you got to stop overdoing and over explaining your feelings to people who heard you the first time. Sometimes you got to understand when you are in a space where you're vulnerable and you allow yourself to give people a vulnerable side of you and they don't take heed to that side, you got to understand that people don't care about your feelings. Because if they cared about your feelings, then your feelings would always be on the line. See, and what I had to understand is every time I was vocal about things that bothered me and people didn't change their behavior, that showed me how they really felt about me. You don't care about my feelings, because if you did care, then you would have made the adjustment. And sometimes we have to understand it's not going to happen overnight, but if they lack effort, then that means they don't care. You feel what I'm saying? So if they're not trying to do better or trying to be a better person in order to keep you in their life, then that's how they see you. They don't see you as a priority, and they don't see you as being important enough to make that change. So what you got to start doing is removing yourself in silence and start understanding that you got to make yourself a priority even when other people don't. Period, point blank. That's the season that I'm in. If I tell you that you're doing something that hurt me, and if you really want me in your life, you're going to change and make the adjustments, and vice versa. I listen to people when they tell me that I'm doing something that's hurting them or harming them or making them sad. And what I had to understand is If I can do it, then I know that they can do it. But they don't want to do it because they don't see me important enough to make that adjustment. Because sometimes people in their mind know that they're not going to be in your life long, so they feel like they don't need to make that change, especially when it comes down to them changing their life or changing their habits or doing things that's important to them. Some folks already have a motive in their head. So what I have took heed to is I pay attention to that part, because that lets me know that you're not in it for the long run. You're just here just to get what you need, just to benefit from me so you can get to where you're going. And those are the type of people that you got to walk away from immediately. They can't stay there, because the longer they stay there, the longer they're going to poison your character for people that really belong in your life. Listen to me now.
A lot of people don't actually want to learn who you are. They just want to prove that you are who they think you are. As a girl who genuinely wants to learn who my friends are or who my partners or romantic interests are, this has been one of the hardest things for me to deal with. If you really know yourself and you are a curious person who is interested in making strong connections with people and understanding them, peeling back those layers, don't expect everybody to be that same way with you. And don't think that you over-explaining who you are or why you do things a certain way is going to make them finally understand you. Remember that they are choosing to misunderstand you. They are choosing to not get the gist because they don't care about that. All they care about is proving that you are who they want you to be. Because a lot of people need someone to play a particular role in their life. They need you to be this person, this construct, this archetype that they've created in their head. They need you to be the bad guy. They need you to be the enemy. They need you to be a hot mess. They need you to be the group source of entertainment. They need you to be the chaotic friend. Whatever it is, they want you to be that thing, and they are going to keep moving to prove that you are that. Understand that when you start fixing your lips to start over-explaining yourself, you are wasting your breath. Let them think whatever they want to think. Because just because they have you in a certain place in their head does not mean that that has anything to do with you, your life, and your identity. It's usually just to make them feel better about their own identity, their own existence, their own decision. Because if they can make you feel bad for moving in a way that is opposite of how they do things, then it can make them feel like they are doing things right. If they can make you seem like you don't make sense, then ultimately it will make them feel like they make more sense. Do you get me? It really has nothing to do with you, and it really all has everything to do with them and how they view themselves.
You may not like this, but here's my stance in 2026. Let them be disappointed. Let them misunderstand you. Let them walk away from you. Let them talk about you. Let them play games if they choose to. Your obedience to God is not up for negotiation. And for people who are going to be judgmental and say, why are you giving up? I am not giving up. I'm growing up. And sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is simply let them.
Healing taught me that everybody does not require access to the deepest parts of you. Some people don't want understanding. They want control. And once you stop constantly explaining yourself, you start realizing how freeing it feels to simply stand on your decisions.
The Bible warns women about over-explaining yourself to the wrong people. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before the pigs, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you into pieces. So Jesus isn't just being poetic here, he's being protective. I want to be clear, he's teaching wisdom, not arrogance. You keep explaining yourself to people who benefit from misunderstanding you, because you're not obligated to continue to re-enter conversations that God already settled. And every time you walk away, you feel drained, not because you're wrong, but because you stayed past wisdom.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop explaining yourself to people. This is your life. Whoever don't like it, oh well. That's been the biggest lesson of my entire day. The fuck? Oh fucking well. Oh fucking well. For real though. Stop explaining yourself to people. It's time for you to boss the fuck up and do what you want to do with your life. And if they don't like it, deuces. You feel me? It's all love though. It's all love. People don't gotta like what you doing. People don't gotta like what you got going on. Because at the end of the day, if they don't like it, what's that gonna stop? It ain't gonna stop me breathing. It ain't gonna stop you breathing. It ain't gonna stop you knowing what you gonna do. Because the only thing that can stop you is you. And that's why every day you gotta make sure you get up, put your full armor on of self-love, and keep it pushing in this life, because the enemy gonna try you. The enemy gonna test you. Constantly. There's so many damn haters left and right, fam. You gotta get right with yourself first.
The first step to being mean is stop talking. Close your fucking mouth. Let me tell you something. Over-explaining yourself to someone, it's not about, oh, I'm being nice and kind. You look fucking weak. You look like a target. You look unsure of yourself. Stop over-explaining yourself. People who are mean don't do that. We say what the fuck we say, and that's it. Less is more. Leave the other people to wonder what else we're thinking. But when you're mean, you don't care what other people think. You said what you said, and you stand on the business of how you feel. That's it. Not backtracking on nothing. Stand 10 toes down. Keep it brief. Keep it quick. Keep it short. Keep it... All right? And for those who have that anxiety of... stop. Shut it. And then there are people who are nonchalant and they overthink later. I should have said this. I should have did this. And then what you do is you come back the next day, or you text later or email later and over-explain that way. Stop doing that shit too.
One of the things that I'm actively practicing is stop over-explaining myself to people. Because there are two things. People want to know what you're doing so that they can go and talk about you. And next, people want to know what you're doing so that they can prey on your downfall. A lot of people don't want to know what you're doing because they want to support you. And that's where we get it twisted. We're busy explaining to people when they ask us our business, when they ask us what's our move, when they ask us what we're about. But a lot of people are not out here willing to support you. And you have to have discernment and recognize that these people are not here to support you. And while there are a lot of people who will support you in your life, the majority of people in your life will not support you. And so sometimes it's critical for you to realize that, hey, in this season of my life that I'm in, I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to move in silence. I'm not going to share what I'm doing. I'm not going to share my next move. I'm not going to share my vision. I'm not going to share my purpose. And watch how you confuse the enemy.
You do not owe anybody a perfectly packaged explanation for your healing. If you're choosing yourself in this season, comment peace over explaining. And if you made it this far in the video, make sure you subscribe, because girl, we are healing, growing, glowing, and putting God first over here.
I got diamonds on her arm, diamonds in her ears. She gon' wear that diamonds for a year. I'm trying to